Hello everybody and welcome back to more Dragon Age Origins. I'm the Wayfaring Pilgrim. When we last left off, we had a pretty eventful session, and this is going to be a very long intro. We started off by overcoming the trials of the Gauntlet in order to retrieve that pinch of ashes that we needed to cure our Eamon. We then made our way back to the main temple to meet up with Brother Antivan, told him that we were able to get to the urn, and he too was able to look upon the ashes. Before telling us that he wanted to lead an expedition into the temple to make the ashes more accessible. Personally, I think that's a terrible idea. Surely that's just going to lead to people wanting to exploit the urn. But he was adamant that he was going to lead that expedition, and if he wants to do something damaging, that's his concern. Our concern is stopping the blight. We then tried to make our way back to Redcliffe, but had to stop in camp, and after experiencing another archdemon dream, we were then attacked by a bunch of shrieks, one of which was not like the others. Tamlin was one of them. Obviously, after being exposed to the taint for so long, the Darkspawn must have taken him in, made him one of their own pretty much. After the initial fight, he told us that he never wanted this, he never wanted to hurt us, and that the only way to end his suffering and the song in his head was to end his life. Initially, I refused, saying to him that we could help him, we could cure him, but in his confused and scared state, he was adamant that there was nothing we could do, and he left us with no choice but to end him. After that, Alistair did try and soften the blow by saying that it was a mercy for it to end, but it was still sad. We then went to Redcliffe, handed in some quests in town before heading up to the castle to see if those ashes would work on Eamon, which they did. We filled him in on everything that happened since he fell ill with Loghain and all that craziness that happened in Redcliffe all that time ago. And after deciding that Jan was to be executed for his role in what happened, we are to call the Landsmeet. Unite the nobles of Ferelden under Eamon's banner against Loghain. And whilst he's organising all that, we are to continue rebuilding the army, because we still need dwarves. After that, we then went up to camp to level everyone up, get everyone in good armour, before heading to the Frostbacks to deal with some quests up there. We were met with a group of bounty hunters, no doubt sent by Loghain, but took them out on a second time of asking. Did some quests around the outside of Orzammar, including the progression of Sten's personal quest. We then went over to Denerim to hand in those quests, hand in some encrypted scrolls to the Chantry, collect our reward from Genetivi, and have Wade make up some better Drakescale armour for us, which I am now wearing. Whilst the armour was being made up, we did go up to Soldier's Peak to dump some stuff in the chest before heading back to Denerim, along with a few encounters from the Darkspawn because they wanted some screen time. And then we left it there. And what we're going to do in this session is we're going to have a chat with everyone around camp and then head to Orzammar. So, without further ado, let's get this session started. Okay. Very long intro there. I do apologise. A lot happened though. So we're going to start by handing out some gifts because we've got a bunch of gifts to hand out. So, Morrigan. I know she likes gold stuff, so she might like this.
A fine gift. You have my thanks.
Is this gold? Maybe?
A fine gift. You have my thanks.
Nice. Sten. Nothing. Lele. Nothing. Alistair.
Is that for me? Really? Wow. Wow.
I know you like statuettes. Win.
Oh, marvellous.
I know she likes books. Shale. Nothing. Zevran,
You have excellent taste.
silver bar, and this special gift.
That smell. This is Antivan leather, isn't it? I would know that anywhere. I don't know how you found it, but thank you.
You're quite welcome.
Now, if only you could find me a prostitute or two, a bowl of fish chowder, and a corrupt politician, I'd really feel like I was home. And they fit as well. Marvelous.
And there we go. Moderate magic, which is good. And we can level up as well, which is awesome. We'll see if anyone else can level up when I've spoken with everyone. When?
What's on your mind?
Have you changed your mind about Leliana and me?
I have watched you for a time, and perhaps I was wrong. There seems to be something special between the two of you. I think she feels she's truly found her place with you. That after all her wanderings, she's finally home.
I feel the same way.
I think I was too harsh in my judgment before, and I am sorry.
You wanted what was best for both of us. I understand.
What you have may not last forever. Death and duty may part you, but love's worthiness is not diminished because of that. I should have seen this before. Instead, you learn to cherish every precious moment that you spend together, knowing that it may be the last. And for those of us watching, well, it brings warmth to these old bones to know that something so beautiful can be found in the midst of chaos and strife.
Okay, cool. Right. Zevran?
I've a question, if I may.
Sure.
Well, here's the thing. I swore an oath to serve you, yes? And I understand the quest you're on, and this is all very fine and well. My question pertains to what you intend to do with me once this business is over with, as a point of curiosity.
Does your oath expire then?
Not precisely. I said I would serve you until you saw fit to release me. One simply assumes that once your Grey Warden business is finished, you would have no need of an assassin to follow you about. Am I wrong?
I could always use a friend.
Indeed. I might even be glad to call myself such, come to think of it. It is good to know what my options might be, but that is for another time. For now, we have much to do, yes? What say you?
Care to answer some questions?
By all means.
Tell me another of your adventures.
My adventures? I'm hardly an old man just returned from across the ocean, am I? Should I shake my fist at nearby children while I talk about the good old days?
You certainly talk like you've had adventures.
Falling down a flight of stairs is an adventure. Falling into someone's bed, also an adventure. I am assuming what you're looking for are professional anecdotes. Let's see, my second mission ever for the Crows was a bit intriguing. I was sent to kill a mage who had been meddling in politics.
On your second mission?
Well, it was just the one mage. Not as simple a mission as the vagrant Grey Warden or two, perhaps. As it turned out, the mage in question was quite a delightful young woman. Long, divine legs, as I recall. I caught her in a carriage on her way to escape to the provinces. After I killed her guard, she got down on her hands and knees and begged for her life. Rather aptly, I might add. So I joined her in the carriage for the night and left the next morning.
You used her? That's horrible.
On the contrary, it was she who used me. Or she tried to. The woman had actually convinced me to speak to the Crows on her behalf. What can I say? I was young and foolish at the time. Then, as I was kissing her goodbye to return to Antivan city, she slipped on the threshold and fell backwards out of the carriage. Broke her neck. Shame, really, but at least it happened quickly.
So you didn't actually kill her?
Not actually, no. I was a bit unimpressed by the development at first. Then I found out that she had told the driver to take her to Janellen instead. She had planned to lose me in the provinces. I would have looked very foolish to the Crows. As it was, my master was very impressed that I had done such a fine job of making it look like an accident. The Circle of Magi was unaware of foul play, and everyone was happier all around.
Except for the mage.
I suppose, but she was dead. She didn't need to be happy. It was after that when I learned that one needn't let a pretty face go to your head. Professionalism was key. That's my moral of the day, you see.
A wise lesson to learn.
And one that not everyone learns, I'm sad to say. But that's enough tale spinning from me for the moment. Talking about the mage has made me a bit nostalgic, I'm afraid. Ah, the good old days.
Okay. Alistair?
Ask away.
I had another dream about the Archdemon.
Yes, me too. And I got the feeling at the end there that it saw us, was aware of us, whatever you want to call it. Could have just been my imagination, I suppose. What do you think?
I think we need to be extra careful.
I thought we were already being extra careful. Does that mean we have to be extra careful now? Great. And there I was enjoying my nap. I guess one thing is certain at least, isn't it? It's official. This is a blight.
It is.
Ask away.
I have questions.
Of course.
Nothing there. Steniel?
You called.
I have a question.
I am hardly surprised.
No, never mind.
Very well.
I wanted to discuss something you mentioned.
Speak, then.
Nothing there.
Then I suggest we move on.
Let's go.
As you wish.
You didn't mention anything whilst we were adventuring? Shale?
It speaks.
It does. I have questions.
It doesn't have better things to do.
You don't seem to like humans much.
That is true. I do not. I'm not interested in getting into a discussion on the subject, however. Ask another time. If it is done asking overly obvious questions, let us find some humans to throw off a cliff or something.
Wow. Anything for Morrigan?
I await your command.
Questions?
So, full of questions, are you?
No, never mind. And I don't think she has anything personal. Let's go and pet the puppy and then we'll have a chat with Lele as well. We can't forget about the dog. Okay, Lele.
You've seen and touched Andraste's ashes. They are the holiest thing on this earth, the remains of the Maker's chosen.
It is quite remarkable, yes.
I do not know if I am worthy to look upon her.
Andraste fought for everyone. She belongs to us all.
Yes, of course, but it still is something to be in awe of. Well, aren't you sweet and attentive?
So, I wasn't able to do this romance the way I wanted, but I'm going to do it. I'd like to spend the night with you, Lele.
You want to... Are you sure?
I should have done this long ago.
I knew you'd come around. Good things come to those who wait, no?
You have no idea how good.
Oh, now you've got me curious. Hello.
Good morning. Did you sleep well?
I've been up for some time, but yes, I slept very well. I've just been watching you sleep. Did you know your eyelids flutter when you dream? And you have such pretty eyelashes.
My eyelashes?
Mm-hmm. They're like little butterflies. I want to catch them and keep them in a jar.
Sure. Where's the jar?
I'm so happy, blissful. I haven't slept so well since I was forced to flee from Orlais. Knowing you will be the first thing I see when I wake gives me no small amount of comfort. I feel safe in your arms. Safe, loved and accepted. This is where I belong. Thank you.
I should be the one thanking you.
I suppose I should get up. We have a long day ahead of us.
What's the hurry?
Come on. Darkspawn await with bated breath for you to put them out of their misery.
And ignore the beautiful woman in my bed? I think not.
What are you... Oh, I see. I suppose the Darkspawn will just have to wait a bit longer.
You guys voted for the romance with Lele. And eventually I managed to deliver. Okay. So, leveling up. So, I've got 3 points. I'm going to put 1 into willpower. I'm going to put 2 into cunning, I think. And there's a few things that I want here. Feign death, useless. I do like the sound of evasion. Device mastery, meh. Not doing stealth. That's a sustained ability. That's useful. And I like that. So I said I'd pick this next, so that's what I'm going to do. Anyone else need leveling? I think everyone else is miles away from leveling. Yeah. And then what I'll do as well is I will assign talents. I don't use Mark of Death that much, so I'm going to replace that with that. And then maybe with this being in the radial menu, that might remind me that I have it. I cannot speak properly today. Okay, so we'll save that. So save it over this one. Next up is Orzammar. So I'm going to take Lele.
Indeed.
Shale.
Yes.
Morrigan. Lele is now going to stand by my side.
Indeed.
Accept. And we're going to head back to the Frostbacks. Probably going to get ambushed as well. I can see it happening. No ambush. That's a surprise. I don't know why I'm at Soldier's Peak though.